everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for November 23rd, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. Some of you have written and experienced the high energy, high frequency love wave that we sent blanketing the planet. We call it a blanket. It's an embracing. It's not so much a wave that you picture, like a wave coming off the ocean. It's more of a descending blanket that then embraces the civilization and then saturates and penetrates and connects with the God force within us, and lifting a lot of the self-contrived heaviness of civilization, worry and stress and fear and concern, and allowing or lifting the frequencies surrounding each of us to be lifted so that our ascension and clarity and awareness becomes more front and center for us. So it's good, positive energy and frequency. And another one will take place at 12:12, Thanksgiving morning. Now let's say, 12:12, Thanksgiving morning. So it'll be 12:12 a.m. Thanksgiving morning. And it's not a call, it's nothing, it's just to be aware of. And this one will be several times more concentrated, but not disturbing. It'll be the opposite. Moving more and more of the frequencies, and it has to be announced, it has to, because it's so that everybody's consciously aware of it. So that will be at 12:12 Thanksgiving morning, so 12 minutes after 12 midnight, so it'll be 12:12 a.m. Just for a heads up for everybody. We're making a massive progression here on the planet with civilization, and it's accelerating. Some people have communicated with me that they feel as if all of this rhetoric and all of the things that are taking place that we comprehend, that we view as being somewhat awake, feel as if it's kind of like really old, worn out pressure and control of the dark agenda, the corrupted souls, which means that we are not in it anymore, that it is being dispelled because we are leaving it. We have no attention towards it, which is a good thing, a positive thing, not a negative at all. The day, knowing each of us are the ultimate authority of our reality, and the day on which we come to know the Supreme Consciousness within us, then the outside world will also appear to us like the expanse of the Supreme Consciousness. The whole will be a mirror to us. So when we become a mirror within, if we stand near a stone, then we will be able to see ourselves even in the stone. Now, we all know there are so many thoughts flying through our minds every day. We have over 60,000 thoughts every 24 hours. Okay, so it's non-stop for all of us. It isn't, it's not like you get a reprieve. It's as long as you're in the mind, we're going to be just absolutely peppered with thoughts. So no wonder we may get lost living up in our heads and have a hard time keeping track of it all. That's why a lot of people get, frustrated, flustered, and irritated because of these thoughts. The mind is a highly activated thinking machine, And it's always presenting us these creative gifts. And we can do whatever we wish with these thoughts. We can ignore them, welcome them in deeper, invite them to flow in stronger, store some of them away in our subconscious closet, and have fun unwrapping one delicious thought after the other, savoring each one thoroughly. So the thought that places you in complete power of your life is the one to dwell deeply. Okay? Understand. The thought that places you in complete power of your life is the one to dwell deeply. So the concept, which opens our minds up to a universe of new possibilities, is the one which needs to be adored and cherished all day long. And as we all know, we whether, hopefully consciously embrace certain thoughts. Other ones we have identified that there's no way I'm even interested in embracing that thought, creating it into a reality. So the thought which ignites the most awesome creative force inside you is best to be held permanently sacred and true if you wish to manifest the most outrageous successes in your life. So it's something where you would meditate upon perhaps one of the most enlightening and empowering thoughts that will ever be tossed across the creative canvas of the mind. Is it the thought that you would play with, say this week, is that you are the highest authority in your life. You are the highest authority in your life, this life. That's a thought. Okay? You are the highest authority in your life. See, your thoughts, you're directing your thought, not the mind. The mind is not directing the thought for you. You're directing the thought with the mind. So you are the highest authority in your life, in this life. So this thought means that there is nobody, absolutely nobody, and nothing outside of you who has more power than you. That's what this thought means. It means that there is nobody whatsoever and nothing outside of you who has more power than you. Because you are the creator of your destiny. You've heard that before. And you are constantly creating into reality, moving energy into form, manifesting the reality you see, smell, taste, touch, hear, and experience all around you. So whatever direction and dimension you are placing your attention in and on each micro moment is what you are seeing, experiencing, creating into reality, moving energy into form, and manifesting more of. So what is amazing is that all these thoughts appear and disappear continuously out of a source of pure awareness. So everything that you want or don't want is being created within this energy of awareness inside of you right now, in this moment. This very moment. And whatever you focus your mind upon will grow in energy and frequency. There's no debate. It will grow in energy and frequency. Whatever you focus your mind upon. You focusing your mind and not focusing you. And Eileen Kennedy made a good quote. Do not strain yourself to understand all of life's mysteries at once. Accept each one as it comes and fit it into the jigsaw puzzle. We've talked about the heart-mind puzzle. And we've turned the heart-mind puzzle into an actual motion picture. Knowing that bit by bit each piece will be shown to you and will fit into place perfectly. Become like an empty vessel ready to be filled. Everything in this life is multidimensional and multi-sensual. This means there are many more layers and levels to explore after we scratch the original surface. If you peer with an electron microscope into a drop of water, you will find layers of complex and unexplainable miniature worlds within each deeper world. So the great mystery of life multiplies, deepens, and expands the further we peer down the rabbit hole. The same applies to when we meditate on the concept that we are the ultimate authority of our reality. We are the ultimate authority of our reality. So take a few minutes to sit within the context of this concept and how it feels, or apply it to your own life. Notice how this little exercise shifts your experience of being alive. So when you initially meditate upon this idea for the first few days, you may have a variety of random responses. You may notice your mind rejecting it, denying it, trying to ignore it, or making up a dozen reasons explaining how and why you truly are not the ultimate authority of your reality. You may get caught up in old belief patterns that prove this idea to be completely wrong. Your mind may also surmise that you understand the idea completely and that there's nothing further to learn from it. You could also stop everything you're thinking and surrender yourself completely to this super potent, juicy idea and soon discover a plethora of hidden realms and enlightening paradigms within yourself which you never knew existed. And whenever something extremely powerful is introduced into our lives, it tends to disrupt the normalcy we previously had, and we may unconsciously tend to avoid it. So be careful of avoiding this concept on any level, because it will place your life on the lower back burner, or worse, drop it into the bottom of the barrel. Whenever we start thinking that we already know everything there is to know about a particular subject, we believe it's a dead idea, and then we relate to that deadened energy within ourselves. There is always something to learn and master. Even the greatest artists work harder to reach a higher state of perfection. You could be a carpenter for 40 years, a builder, a creator, and put something on wrong, or build something wrong. We never stop learning. When we look at the word authority, we see that the word author in it, that it has the word author in it. The word authority has the word author in it. You are the ultimate author of your life, who is writing the script, telling the story and tale of who you are and who you are not. What is the story you most want to stop telling? These are things you ask yourself. What would happen if you simply stopped focusing on it? When we feel into the quality of being the author of our life story, we can sense there's something firm, solid, and unmovable in it. This is because the foundation of your being is unshakable. You are the one who is undefinable on a spiritual level. And yet, on a mankind level, you spend your entire existence defining and labeling everything around you with words and thoughts flowing through your mind. And we all do that. On a specific perspective, being the authority of your existence is proven in quantum mechanics. We now know that the basic structure of existence atoms, electrons, quarks, etc., exist for us only when we are looking at them. The moment we remove our attention, they mysteriously disappear as if they never existed at all. All quantum physicists agree that atoms, now think about this, thoughts. All quantum physicists agree that atoms, thoughts, don't actually exist in one particular location either. Meaning, if you never look at any one problem or personal issue again with your mind or imagination, never giving it any more energy, it simply disappears from your reality forever. You are, all of us, each of us, are truly that powerful. We are the ones who decide what atoms exist and don't have priority or precedence inside your brain. Understand? You are the one who decides what atoms exist and don't have priority or precedence inside your brain. You are the sole creator of the reality in your inner world. You are the ultimate authority. And nobody is higher, bigger, or more powerful than you. We are not talking about the ego mind here. We are talking about the heart mind when this acknowledgement of oneself is professed to oneself. He who thinks he is the doer is also the sufferer. You are pure consciousness beyond limitations, and it is reached by investigation into the I, Ramana Maharishi. Now, as any of us may have noticed, the rabbit hole tends to become more twisted and complex the deeper we peer into it. Being the grand master and ultimate authority of your reality is not actually a decision or responsibility that you can create, lose, drop, or find one day destroyed. It is your natural essence, your true inherent nature. If you approach the concept trying to acquire it as if it were an idea that could be kept safe like a secret treasure, then that means one day you will feel that you lost it. You cannot acquire what you actually are. You cannot acquire what you actually are, or lose connection with the source itself. You are not actually the sole doer here. Life is mastering itself, doing what it will through you. You can only forget and become ignorant of it by being distracted by more enticing, inviting things of this amazing world. You only need to remember that you are always the manifesting master of your reality. You're the master of creating, moving energy into form, creating reality, and it simply cannot be anything else. Now, another dimension and depth to this enlightening inquiry is asking yourself the top 10 questions. You most need to ask yourself around it. For example, if you're not the authority of your life, then who are you? Are you in love with yourself and your life? And if not, why not? How are you relating with others you love in your life? What's your relationship with the idea of being empowered, conscious being? What would happen if you started interacting with everyone in your life from this reference point that you are a relaxed, self-appointed authority of your reality? Are you trying to control others in your relationships, attempting to prove to yourself and them that you are the authority? What would your life be like to be free of any kind of disbelief around being the absolute creator of your reality? And if you ask yourself, why are so many people not living this radiantly alive, self-mastered existence, you may find a lifetime of questions that soon follow. We have only imagined that we are powerless and fearful. We believed in the fabrication of this lie because others we loved believed in it. We have also had entire lifetimes of victim-like karma that says we are not responsible for creating every detail of our reality. It's from these powerless spokes of our karmic wheel that cause all the suffering in our lives. Once we can digest the truth that we are the center, the source of pure consciousness itself, that knows no failure, is totally timeless, transcendent of pain, beyond space, and free from all limiting beliefs, then we discover our spiritual doorway to total freedom. When we look at how our consciousness functions, we can see that it behaves much like the hub of a wheel from which our entire lives radiate out from. And as we see with any wheel, it has no center. The radius and circumference cannot exist. You are this center. And so everything must stem from you. And the spokes of the wheel are your thoughts and feelings. And the totality of the sphere represents your life. If you step back from it all, you can see that the center is completely unmoving, and this is what holds the entire wheel together. And while the circumference and spokes continually move, change, and spin, the center remains fixed at the core. We can see things changing around us only because our center is unmoving. If the center was moving, everything would appear to be still. We need a solid reference point or point of view to see movement in action. We are that unmoving source which does not change, and thus are always influencing that which is around us. You are this fixed central sun, the source of creativity, creating your life in each moment by itself. You are a purely radiant infinite energy who is inventing everything around it in all directions. You were free before you were born. Your consciousness has always been continuously creating some version of reality, whether you were aware of it or not. Think about all the amazing things you've forgotten throughout the journey of your life. When we can remember what is virtually important, we return to our life purpose and mission. When we are aware that we are the ultimate authority of our every moment-to-moment reality, we are spiritually awakened and have a greater ability to control and decide which direction we want life to go. And through simply realizing we are the ultimate authority, we are free. Otherwise, our life acts a lot like a sailboat without a keel or rudder, and our destiny is blown across the sea by the random yet highly intelligent direction of the wind. When you know you are the ultimate authority of your reality, you don't have to prove it to anybody, and especially not to yourself. And from this self-realized perspective, you understand that you cannot lose your power. You already are the hub of the wheel, and nothing can take this away. You are the power, the core, that is manifesting whatever you desire in your life, this life. Never again can this be altered, and no longer are you enticed to play the victim, villain, hero, or unconscious saboteur in your relationships. Instead, you naturally become more of the self-realized, creative genius who is co-designing your entire reality from a place of enthusiastic love, lightness, and joy. One who loves, who knows the self, has nothing more to do, nor has he any more thoughts. From then on, the infinite power will carry out all further actions that may be necessary for him from unleashing. You are the supreme ruler of your inner world. This is your territory. And when there is no more small you to be hurt or lost, you are truly free. Then you no longer have to unwillingly cross over another treacherous ocean of fear, pain, agony, separation, or lack to find that central paradise of calmness inside your heart and soul. When the ego is lost, the soul is found. And your thoughts no longer have power over you anymore. When you truly realize who or what is that force which is always ultimately creating your reality, and that you can never ever be separate from that again, then you claim your sovereign birthright to master this life in all its dimension and form. Enlightenment is beyond positive or negative thinking. Running away from any problem only increases the distance from the solution. In the vast pool of consciousness inside us and surrounding us, there are three types of thoughts we can choose from: the positive, the negative, and the neutral. The neutral thoughts may still have a subtle positive or negative slant to them, yet are just less fiercely opinionated. The negative thoughts are the clinging type, where the body holds physical tension and the breath is shorter and controlled. The mind is grasping on in fear, thinking that our ideas, life circumstances, and belief systems must be a certain particular way and not any other way if we are to survive. Positive thoughts, however, feel more liberating, mind expansive, abundant, and healing to the body. There's an instant appreciative vibration and sensation of gentleness, confidence, peace, and warmth around the heart. Now, the reason I'm explaining the obvious is because we don't often realize what type of thinking we are dwelling in. And the moment we become aware, it gives us a chance at becoming truly free. It is essential, however, that we explore life outside our normal box of believing if we are ever to evolve. And one of the most interesting aspects I found about the path to enlightenment is that it can be found within both realms of positive and negative thinking. Enlightenment is always more effortless than what we've been told. It's a natural byproduct and effect from living in a state of perpetual equanimity and neutrality with the mind. Therefore, we must remove any spiritual enlightenment mask if we are ever to truly arrive. The mask I'm referring to is the one that believes the super pure, holy, sacred beings are those who only have positive, loving thoughts coursing through their brains all day long. If positive thinking all day long was a necessity to become enlightened, it would be pretty hopeless for a majority of mankind to ever find real, true inner freedom. And when it comes to enlightenment, positive thinking can help you arrive at freedom just as much as negative thinking. Both sides of the coin are needed for us to find the edge, where the mind is dropped and real freedom abides. So, you may decide to use the positive front door, or perhaps sneak through the negative basement window. Both doors to freedom go to the same place, allowing you to step into your enlightened home. And when we arrive in the burning hearth, in the fire of awareness, we simply want to rest and relax into that cozy healing nest. The blissful feeling of freedom naturally arises from sitting in front of that fire of awareness. We can then see the negative and positive thoughts come and go, yet the fire of pure awareness remains the same. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing we care to do is relax the body, head to toe, inside and out. from the heart-mind, over the mind, over the ego, over the subconscious. All that you've attracted, as powerful as you are, you could focus and then there are atoms. You could take your focus away and then they are gone. So you're omnipotently powerful. And you master the body. The body and you communicate. So your conscious awareness is, I have nothing to fear. I have nothing to worry about unless I create it for myself. So I let it all go. I'm not interested in my body being stressed out, discomforted, diseased. So I let all this go. Worry, stress, fear, lack of, hurried. And it all falls off. It's gone. It's as if it was never there. So as you do this, the body responds and relaxes. And as you relax the body naturally, move into the now. And the now is all any of us have. It's the space between heartbeats. The moment, every single moment we are in is all we have. We create our futures in the moment, in the now. There's no past. The past is inert. It's over. It was the now. It is no more. We've experienced. And so we continually stay in the now. Always experiencing new things. Never going over old experienced things that we've gone over and over and over with before. Some of us will go into the past, but we stay there. And we stay there so long that we bring the past into a future that doesn't exist, and we create that past into a future and relive that past in that future. That's why so many on this planet are always saying to themselves, why does it feel like I'm never really moving forward? I always seem to be in the same place. I always seem to be going over the same things. And others of us wander endlessly into a future that doesn't exist. For some reason, we skip the now. Because the mind and the ego doesn't want you in the now. It wants you to constantly wander into the future or incessantly visit the past, knowing all along that it will lose its control if you go into the now. So the now stills the mind. It stills the ego. It stills the subconscious. So those 60-some thousand thoughts every 24 hours coming in, you silence them. And you pick the thoughts that you wish to create into reality. You create the thoughts, not the mind. Then you direct the mind to carry them out. So how do we stay in the now? Because we have all these thoughts coming in. We're always wandering away into the future, into the past, back and forth. How do we stay in the now? Our breath. Our breath is a lot more than breath. It is much more. It is very powerful frequency and energy. It is divine. It is positive because it sustains the vessel that houses the God within it. So we breath in easy through the nose, take it really slow and in, mostly from the belly, not the chest, and then exhale through the mouth. And as we take this divine positive energy, our breath, in through the nose, we want to bring it in through the center of our bodies. Our bodies are relaxed. We're in the now. And we combine it with our God force, love, light energy, our chi, our ki, our prana. As we do this, we take these energies right through the center of our bodies, through 7 colored wheels of light, 7 etherical energy vortexes, all with different flowers and geometrical shapes in the center of those flowers, all the way to the tops of our heads. These are our conduit, our connections to spirituality, to the astral plane, to all the particles of existence, of everything and everything, nothing and nothing. So we start with the root chakra, the Muladhara. This is our career, our money mindset, our sense of belonging. It's a red wheel of light. It represents our foundation and feeling of being in the now. It's at the base of the spine and the tailbone area. It's emotional issues for each of us is survival issues, such as financial independence, money and food, physical association, spine, rectum, legs, arms, circulatory system. Then we move into the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, the Vajrasthana, sexuality and pleasure. It's our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. Location is the lower abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. Emotional issues, sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. Physical association, reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, immune system. Then we move to the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. Personal power, ability to channel. Yellow golden wheel of light. It's our ability to be confident and in the now of our lives, in the moment, moment to moment. It's in our upper abdomen and the stomach area. Our emotional issues, self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem. And our physical association, central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. And we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra. The Anahata, love, relationships, self-acceptance. It is our ability to love. Its location is the center of the chest, just above the heart. Our emotional issues, love, joy, inner peace. Physical association, heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. And we have the throat chakra, blue wheel of light, the Vishuddha, self-expression. Our ability to communicate is in our throat. Our emotional issues are communication, self-expression of feelings, the truth. Physical association, thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, vocal cords. Third eye chakra, indigo wheel of light, ajna, intuition, sense of purpose, and direction in life. It's our ability to focus on and see the big picture. Some see the trees through the forest through the trees. Some see both, some see none. It's between the eyes, forehead. You can also call it the brow chakra. Our emotional issues are intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. Physical association, pituitary gland, eyes, sinuses. Then we move to the violet wheel of light, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara, connection to the divine. It's the highest chakra, represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually to the God within, to the pure consciousness. It's the very top of the head. It's our emotional issues, our inner and outer beauty, how we perceive ourselves. And our connection to spirituality and pure bliss, the God within, the pure consciousness, the love. Physical association is pineal gland, brain and nervous system. So through your heart, mind's motion picture, of which you're the director, the creator, the choreographer, the color mixer, the audio, this is everything. We see these powerful energies that we've literally merged and brought up to the tops of our heads through these energy vortexes, these chakras. And they sit right at the top of the head. And we hold them briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, we compress and condense them into pure liquid energy. And we release them over our pineal glands. Now, our pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these bodies. It is connection to all the particles of existence, to the pure consciousness, to the God, and beyond. Now, our pineal glands have been under a constant disruption forever. And the disruption basically compresses and causes them to be dysfunctional or at a low ebb. With releasing this pure liquid energy, omnipotently powerful, you view through your heart, mind, motion picture how the pineal looks, how you view it. I view it as a green ball, a rosebud. And when I release this powerful liquid energy over it, it immediately just absolutely explodes into a beautifully blossomed, multicolored petaled rose with an absolutely magnificent fragrance, sending out shimmering waves of all seeing, all of everything, all knowing, in every direction and everywhere, everything and everything, nothing and nothing. And peace and joy and contentment. And the pineal gland is fully functioning. It's the gateway to the astral plane. It's the gateway to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We're also consciously aware that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we're one. The heart mind, the ego mind, the body, the God, the pure consciousness, the higher self, the spirit, the soul, all one. We are literally heaven on earth. And every single step we take is paradise. We have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes. We have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thought, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. Now, the archangels, their civilization, it vibrates at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. They meet with us, we meet with them a lot in this life. We just don't acknowledge it or know it at first in the initial interaction. But it does dawn on us afterwards that that wasn't just a mere meeting, it was an interaction with an angel. And then you have a little slice of bliss that expands within you. Now, they can surround us in the thousands. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can house a large number in a small area. Now, you said masters. They are those who have mastered ascension into body, out of body, hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form, to master physical form, and to create our experiences in physical form so that we can perfect our creations. And we're all part of each other. Different aspects and reflections. Interactive as one. The archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, and ascended masters all together. All of them consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. So we're compelled to call out to all of the other facets, aspects, and reflections of ourselves as source creation. So we call out to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, 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 eternal love, and of and from the highest of the deepest, 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 eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in the forming of the circle of light. They come in the googolplexes. One googolplex fills this entire universe. They come in trillions of googolplexes from every direction, and they are with us now. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, beneath Earth. Many, many, many civilizations and species. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light, the liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya. And we're only familiar with a handful of them, and barely at that. Over 1,000 travel through this solar system every day. Trillions travel throughout the universes every day. This includes all of the civilizations, all their levels, all their species, both good, not so good, and bad. Understanding that the highest of conscious understanding of love and gratitude can only be in this meditation. The lower frequencies cannot sustain themselves, must vacate or vaporize. So we have the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Zeta Reticuli, the Feline, the Greys, the Nords, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. They come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation, and the liberation of this planet. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of the circle of light, and the duration of this planet. And we're only familiar with a handful of them, somewhat. They are the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. They come in the trillions in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which we have never, ever seen before. And they are with us now. We're all gathered separation is an illusion. Arm in arm, hand in hand, all of our gods, one. We're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, stillness of mind, non-ego, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all love. And we're all God. And our God, light, life, force, love, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify. And it continues to expand. We form, all of us gathered for this meditation, a massive circle of light at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, this now. It's 2 o'clock. And as we do this, it is the actual core essence of our being. It is Source Creator. It is love, pure consciousness, the God. And this circle is so brilliant and so bright, it grays out the darkness of space. It would take over 1,000 billion suns in this solar system to even come close to its radiance. It floods the entire civilization of this planet, inside and out, above and below. In pure, deep, eternal love and deep gratitude perpetually. Eternally. We begin to levitate above the planet. As soon as we do this, we're met with a gossamer field, massive ocean of glitter, which is reflecting trillions of different colors in every direction, little mirrors, reflecting all of us gathered here for this meditation liberation. All facets, aspects of all of us bouncing back and forth. And we're immediately met with the emerald green, flaming, healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple, flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column that reminds us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued eternally with the God force, love, light, energy, our core being. And this cannot be breached, it cannot be disturbed, it cannot be diseased, affected in any way from any outer power, authority, whatever. We are protected 24/7, but only you have the power. That if you decide consciously or unconsciously to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, just enough to allow the lower dark matter frequencies, lower survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. You do this by dropping into despair, greed, guilt, fear, anxiety, manipulation, dishonesty, hatred, anger. If you do decide to do this, you are then met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance. We send them back to pure consciousness where they are vaporized. They're no more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column that reminds all of us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where the lower dark matter, lower survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach, restoring our God force, love, light, energy in perfect harmony, in divine perfection. We are then met with the golden light pink light. This is the column that reminds all of us that we are the sunsets, we are the sunrises, we are the sun, we are the sunlight, we are the rain, we are the rainbows, we are the trees, we are the forests, we are the oceans, the lakes, the streams, the rivers, the brooks, the creeks, we are the clouds, we are the sky. We are everything. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us step outside our physical forms and float effortlessly above them. Those of us that are carrying physical form. And we immediately see this massive crystalline light tower, which is larger than this solar system that we created. And we designed it so we can see very easily the center, the core, and we see an oblong sphere that has a golden white emanating light in the center and multitude of colored bands around it, ribbons. And each one is sending out a warm mist that penetrates us, it kisses our faces. It's warm and is absorbed from head to toe, inside and out. All a reflection of the core of our existence, of the pure consciousness and gods that we are. The golden white light is love. All the other bands, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, prosperity, wonderful health, wealth, abundance, joy, all warm mist flooding and saturating, going right into us, right through our core. Now, at the top of it, we designed it as a golden ocean. The golden ocean cascades 360 degrees in every direction, flooding everything and everything. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. And this is eternal. And each of us are drops of this golden ocean. And each of us contain the essence of this golden ocean. And the ocean is the drops, and the drops are the ocean. There is no separation. That is only an illusion. We then see our meditative sphere. It said center circle. We all created this sphere almost 3 years ago. It houses well over 1,000 of our meditations in perpetual motion, expanding and intensifying and growing every atomic second of existence. All of us gathered every single day with love and joy and the commitment of the liberation of this planet contribute to this meditative sphere. This is why it can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. The mind is intangible. In fact, it does not exist. The surest way to control it is to seek it. Then its activities cease. Shri Ramanam Rishi. I'll join you in meditation and return to close us out. take a easy breath in through the nose, an easy breath out through the mouth. Move slowly. Breaking framework of our deeply indoctrinated belief systems naturally occurs from taking this first step to real freedom. And as long as we think our happiness, enlightenment, or a successful life depends on having to have only positive thinking, it creates a tension inside us that consists or constricts our consciousness and imprisons our minds in a smaller framework that the unlimited universe and universal intelligence we normally have access to. So I invite you all to do a personal test and see for yourself. Explore this sweet little experiment that will blow your mind this week. Try to only think positive about one particular thing for 1 full hour. Don't allow the pendulum to swing to the negative. If it does, start the timer over. Eventually, you'll find the mind reaches its positive creative peak and starts desperately seeking for more positivity, or will give up and get pulled into a valley of frustration. The mind is the ultimate con artist at thinking it knows the secrets to making you happy. It will form very specific ideas that you have succeeded or failed in life, enticing your heart to believe that your innermost nature is almost a total success or a total failure. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and following morning. We will return November 24th, Tuesday, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.